Hi everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison and today we'll be going over the markets. Everything is down just now. The alts are down, Bitcoin's down. Bakkt didn't really do anything yesterday, but I don't see that as a bad thing, to be honest. We'll kind of talk about that as well. Kick, unfortunately, I kind of seen the story about kind of Ted Livingston as well, and Kick and Kin, obviously, as well, what's happened there. Not good as well, because I honestly thought they were going to fight back. They were fighting back and they fought back kind of valiantly, I think, with the SEC, and it's just not kind of worked out. So we'll be talking about that as well, going over some news stories, going over some charts as well. So let me know in the comments area if you want me to look at any charts, see what's up and coming just now. We'll be looking at Binance and KuCoin as well, so lots to kind of pack into the show today. So just see if we're live or not, just make sure everything is up and running. It looks all good from this side. Now I know it's a down day today for everybody because it's like, oh Jesus, here we go again. But I still think this is good. This is good. You can still get Bitcoin under 5 figures, which is good, and it's going to be a long time before that happens again. I think obviously we've got this period just now where you can still get it for 4 figures, and it might go down even further. It looks as if it's going to go down further from here, but I still think it's good. But I know it's a down day. They're also going down again as well, but we'll look at that. There's still lots of hope out there. There's still lots of things we can trade as well. Okay, we are live. Everything looks good. I'm just going to dive over to the chat area, see who's in, and if you can go down to the likes button, hit that like button just now. That'll be fantastic. Okay, we have Stephen King is in the house this morning. Good morning to you. We have Mervyn Skidmore, Chris Mull, David D is back with us, Ross Davidson, Marcus Jafari, Tony P, Willie Wonks is in. Welcome to the channel. I haven't seen you here before, but I'm new to the crypto on this channel. Brilliant. Good to have you here. You're going to like the CYT crew. Everybody kind of enjoys kind of being here, and it's the people that make it. It's nothing to do with me. Gareth Mabet is in the house, Brundle25, Mike D, one of our Brown admins, is in the house, and London Bobby is back with us, top of the evening in Honolulu. Excellent. Be Free is back with us. Good morning. I'm afraid many people lost a lot of money and are out of crypto. They just don't trust anymore. Yeah, I think that's what's happened, to be honest, Be Free, and I know most people have lost a lot of money as well, but there's still opportunities out there, and I still feel this is a big opportunity to get into kind of Bitcoin and crypto as well. But I can understand how a lot of people are feeling. The Hawthorns is in the house, Mark Innes is in, G-Slick has joined us as well. Okay, we'll go with the markets, see what's happening in the markets. We kind of know it's all down just now, but we'll just have a look, see what the hell's going on, and I'm just going to get this set up just now. I was just preparing the room. We've got one bedroom, we're getting the carpet fitters in today, so I was just getting everything chucked out of the room so they can lay the carpet today. That's why I'm a couple of minutes late. Okay, we have market capitalization gone down by about $20 billion over the last week or so. It's down to $256 billion. We've got Bitcoin dominance is up again to 68.5%. Bitcoin price itself has fell overnight to $9,781. Not good. Who's the winners and losers? Has it not let me do that? Stuck. Right, sorry about this. It seems to be stuck. I'll just try again. Oh, hopefully we're not going down. Are we going down? Nope. Everything looks good there. Okay, we'll go back to CoinMarketCap later. I don't know if it's CoinMarketCap or my connection. That doesn't look like my connection. So this is Crypto Bubbles. We always have a look at Crypto Bubbles. Mainland the red, you can see there's a couple there that stand out. Energy, H-bar has finally started to kind of rise. I did think I said the market cap was way too high when it first came out. And that kind of proved to be right, and it's just starting to go up just now. Still think it's a little bit high, but I do like H-bar as well, Hedera hash graph. And Digibyte is up 10% over the last 24 hours. Energy is up 1% over the last hour, 13% over the last 24 hours, and 915% over the last year. That's done brilliant. I'll look over the last hour, see what's going on. Bit Capital Vendor is up 9% again. That was up yesterday. Over the last year, it's up 1,000%. Over the last week, 66%. Bitcoin has gone up again, but most of the rest of them are kind of down there. Now, just see what's happening. Here we've got it back. That must have been a website. Okay, we've just looked at them. Energy, Bit Capital, Vendor, the only two in double-digit greens. We've only got about 10% in the greens just now, or in green at the moment. MCO, really like MCO. It's only a market cap of 51 million. Really like what they're doing. I think they're going to be huge in the future. So I'm glad the price is coming down because I still need to get some. Okay, who's the biggest losers? ABBC coin is down 13%. It's only one in double-digit reds. So we've got about 90% in the reds. We'll look at BTC value. It'll not be quite as bad, I wouldn't imagine. Yeah, I don't think so. We've got about 25% in the green and Satoshi value. Loopring is up 9.3% as well. Tezos, which has been listed on Binance, and KuCoin as well. So that is up. What's the market capitalization of Tezos? 706 million. Okay, we've looked at crypto bubbles. We'll look at the fear index. We've got 39. I thought it would have been lower than that, as in a higher rate of fear. But it's only at 39 at the moment. And it is last updated September 24th. And just see who else has joined us, if anybody. Crypto Dread is in the house. David D, DGB volatility, probably reacting to Binance Digibyte statements. Uncertainty is good if you're on the right side of the trade. Indeed. What is BCV? Can we trust it? Be free? Don't know, to be honest. I haven't really looked into it. And we've seen it was up yesterday as well. I'll have a look at the website and see what it's all about. So bitcv.com. Chinese. That's not translating automatically. So is this a DeFi? Looks like an app. To transfer crypto more, explore. Don't really know what it's about, to be honest. Are these apps? Is that an app market? Top 10 browsing, top 10 followings. Honestly, I don't know what it's about, to be honest. So obviously you can create projects, cryptocurrency, more token, more fortune. So is this where you can create your own token? I don't know. We need to look more into it, but it's certainly gone up in price anyway. Just like I can't deposit kick, I think I lost $200. Lucky I buy at the bottom. Nishk. Just not good. Okay, we'll look at some of the kind of coins on Binance, and then we're going to look at the Bitcoin price. So you can see here we've got on Binance, we've got about 2 pages, probably 2 pages in the green. 2 good pages. You've got the 0.2%, so I'm not going to include them. So RCN going up again. That's obviously Tika Tiwara, what he's come out with as well. RCN has just kind of exploded since it crossed over. On the daily, it's went up at nearly 200%. 4 hourly, it's gone up more than that. 170. When did it cross over? It crossed over at 129. So it's gone up 250%. And I think there's a few others that Tika Tiwara, it's just slowly being leaked out that he was kind of talking about. And he was charging something extortionate, like $2,500 to join Palm Beach Confidential, just to get these kind of 5 names. Obviously you get other reports as well throughout the year, but $2,500 seems really excessive. So I think it's slowly being leaked out. CND is up, kind of recommended that the other day in the premium group. It did go up to 120 for a 33% rise, I think. I kind of called it 89. Yep, it was called at 89. It did go up to 120, so it was about a 30% rise, which is good. DOC is starting to move up again after kind of zooming up, coming back down and going back up again. So there we see it went up to 264. So this might be the bottom in. Might be the bottom in for DOC. It might start to go back up from here. It looks as if it is doing it already. Luma's moving, Sky, Sailor moving. Sailor, I think the kind of Binance IEOs are going to start to move. So, well, they started to move already. You've got Sailor, you've got ERD, you've got Matic starting to move. I think that would be a good one as well. Yeah, Matic looks good. We'll take a look at the kind of bigger charts as well. So Matic, this is on the daily. We've just been going sideways for a while. I had the bottom in there, probably around about there. The new bottom for about 122. So it's bounced off that a couple of times, going back up again. So yeah, we can expect Matic, Sailor, ERD. What is one doing just now? One has not started to move, I don't think. Yeah, it's near the bottom again, so I would imagine that's going to start to move soon as well. Volume is coming up ever so slightly. It's coming off 69, it's at 73 just now, so expect one to go up as well. Fetch. AI, what's that doing? That's starting to move just a wee bit just now, not that much on a 4 hourly. So expect the IEOs to come up as well. And we'll just look on KuCoin just now, what's happening on KuCoin. And we'll go to view all pairs. Because obviously we're looking at KuCoin just now. We can look at other exchanges as well, like Huobi, the big ones, OKX, other ones like that, but not just now. Okay, Tezos is up, the highest on KuCoin. This is on KuCoin Plus. On the main markets for KuCoin, we have GMB, which I was going to call. I'm pissed off with myself, to be honest, because I was going to call that last week as one of the KuCoin ones, and it's went up about 50-60% since I kind of looked at it, but I didn't call it anyway. WGP, DATX, DOC is going up 14%, Loom is up 12%, WaxP is up 11.74%, Energy is up, AGI, Electrify Asia, had that ages ago in the past, a lot of it, and kind of lost a lot of money on that, start to come back up. So KuCoin's still a good one. Sol has started to go up as well, called that at 670, it's now at 795, and it's still going up just now. We'll have a look at some of the charts on KuCoin. Sol I really like for the future, for the long term, as well as for the short term. 795, so it did get up to 890. So what was that, 670, called it at, up to 890. That would have been a 33% rise. If you're putting your moving stop loss in, could have had a good 27% there. Okay, so this is KuCoin. If you're not on KuCoin yet, I would definitely, I'll put a link at the bottom if you want to join KuCoin as well. Definitely kind of sign up. It's one of the more trusted ones. I would say I trust it more than the other ones as well. So it would be Binance and KuCoin be the ones I trust. I like Mercatox as well. To be honest, I've not used it for a while, but I do like Mercatox as well. So KuCoin is a really good one to trade on as well. So there's still opportunities out there. You can see, even though the alts are down, even though Bitcoin's down, there's still a lot of trading opportunities out there. You just have to be really careful, put your stop loss in, find out what you're really looking for, and then take it from there. And David D, Palm Beach Confidential is likely on high-end self-fulfilling prophecy pump and dump. Yeah, kinda. I totally agree with that. Totally agree with that, because what everybody's doing just now, they've seen the Tika Tiwara. A lot of people kind of signed up for the kind of webinar that he had, and the kind of he told them about Chainlink. But he said there's 5 other coins. Everybody's searching for it. I would imagine a few people have joined just to get it. It might be worth $2,500, but it could be worth even just getting to know RCN, getting in on RCN. And if you put kind of $10,000 into that, you're up $10,000 already, because it's up 250%. So from that point, if you look at it from that point of view, it might be worth $2,500 to have that information. But essentially, is it a pump and dump, or is it giving good information and good fundamentals to look at RCN and the likes of, I think it was Loki as well. I don't know if that is true, but I think Loki was one of them. It's certainly on KuCoin, it's Loki. Just have a look at that. Yeah, look at this. It was down at 1,438 Satoshi and it went up to 20,000. So it went up 1,000%. So even if you had $1,000, you'd have got $13,000 back. So would that have been worth getting in for $2,500? I think it would have. But obviously it came right back down as a pump and dump, essentially. So you're right there, David. But 1322 is still holding well. It's still up 200% from where it was before. So it's still actually holding just now. So I'm hoping that he's not just, it is pump and dumps. I'm hoping that he's given some fundamental reasons why, and look to the fundamentals as well. The Revolution this morning, I'm going to buy more ADA later. Yeah, I think ADA is definitely a good buy. And I heard that Cardano was going to be listed on Binance.us, but I don't know if that is true or not. I think I've seen a headline about that. It's going down at the moment, so it's not a buy in the short term. It definitely is going down at the moment. I think all the kind of major alts are going down as well. XRP, where are we with XRP? We'll just have a look at the charts there. 2761, still going down. It's above. Well, it's not above. It's just going below. The 70 EMA is crossing down over the 50 EMA just now, which is not a good sign. So it looks as if it could go lower from here. Ethereum, I would imagine, will be the same. Same with Litecoin. Ethereum going down. It's not crossed over yet. 2.04 million Satoshi. So that's had a good run up. Where's Ethereum and USD? Obviously it'll be down because of Bitcoin is down. $199 just now. It did go up to 224. I did say it was going to go up to about 240 and then come down. It looks as if it's just shy of the 240. Didn't quite make it. LTC USD, what's that doing? $66. That's had quite a big drop actually. 10% drop overnight there. And I don't think Litecoin is finished. I don't think it's down and out. Where is NEO? Never looked at NEO for ages. So 89,500 is NEO USD. $8.72, my goodness. So nobody's talking about NEO just now. Literally nobody's really talking about NEO just now. Which could indicate it's a good time to buy. I'm coming out as NEO 3.0 in 2020. So I would imagine, I think it's a good time to buy NEO just now. Because literally nobody's talking about the major ones, XRP, Ethereum, Cardano, Litecoin, Dash, etc. But they're not really, Stellar Lumens, they're not really talking about NEO at all. Everybody just stopped talking about it. So because everybody thinks it's dead, this might be a good time to look into it and start accumulating. Andreas is in the house. Jason Clayton has joined us as well. Welcome to you. Good to see you here. Okay, a couple of stories here as well. One coin I'm really interested in. I want you to look at this website as well. It's a brilliant website. I kind of wrote to them to see if they want to do some kind of collaboration, if they want to kind of pay me to kind of highlight them. But they've not kind of got back to me, and that's cool. They did get back to me just to say what you're kind of thinking. But I want to highlight it anyway. It's called Paper Coins, papercoins.co.uk. And they've got this one spreadsheet. They've just got this one sheet of kind of research. So it's research papers they've done on some of the alts, some of the smaller alts as well. And I love it. I love it. I've told you about, Symmetry? I've told you about Symmetry as well. I love research. I love researching. And this is what we really need to get good at, is researching. And I want to do more myself and write papers. Something like this would be fantastic to be able to write. I need to really bring up my researching skills as well. But they've got this one, Thorchain, which I've been looking at for a couple of weeks. And it looks brilliant. Thorchain looks amazing. And they've got this one, Thorchain here. It's only got a market capitalization of 1.4 million just now. and it's a liquidity solution built for cross-chain digital assets. So you can stake your assets in liquidity pools and return to earn fees, swap assets instantly at open market prices. So basically it's going to be exchange agnostic basically. So you could swap your coins on coming from any exchange. It's going to do that eventually in the future. Just now it's a big kind of thing to undertake. It's a big project to undertake, and I don't know if they will do it or not, but if they do it, it's going to be absolutely massive, and it's only 1.4 million just now. But it was just this company, papercoins.co.uk. I would definitely check into that. They've got some other good ones. Chromia, I like the look of as well. It's only 3.8 million market capitalization. I think it's lower than that just now actually. They've done kind of research on XRP, on Decred, Dusk Network, that looks actually quite good. Engine Coin, obviously we like. Digibyte, Dragon Chain. What else have they got? Phantasma, love Phantasma as well, which is Sol. One Ledger, like the look of that as well. 2.7 million. So they do a lot of these kind of hidden gems as well, and the research on that, and I just kind of love what they're doing. I hope they continue to do it. But check out papercoins.co.uk as well. Okay, I just wanted to show you that before we go on to the news. This was kind of sad news for me as well. We were into Kin last year, and we thought this could be really big. I remember kind of trading it on Bancor and buying it for the future as well until things started to go awry with it. And it looks like it's kind of going out of business, but not fully. Not fully. They're still kind of going to keep a core of 19 developers. They've obviously got a huge team. But following reports, his crypto-focused subsidiary Kin had laid off 70 employees. Kik Interactive CEO Ted Livingston announced Monday that Kik will also be shutting down its core messaging service. So speaking with CoinDesk and in a company blog post, Livingston said that the ongoing dispute with the US Securities and Exchange Commission has forced Kik to close its doors. This is a direct impact from the SEC legal action, Livingston told CoinDesk. So in addition to shutting down the app, Livingston said the company would shrink its crypto operations to just 19 core developers in an effort to ensure that Kin can scale to become the true currency of the internet going forward. So Kin is responsible for the development of digital products for the use of the Kin token. It has over 2 million monthly active earners and 600,000 monthly active spenders. And Livingston said, while losing Kik will have a big impact on these numbers, the continued growth of the Kin ecosystem has more than made up for it. So this is all to do with the SEC. That's in a dispute with the SEC over the 2017 initial coin offering of his Kin token. The ICO raised 100 million, which the SEC claims was an unregistered securities offering. Since the SEC allegations in June, Kin's token has dropped massively. We know. We'll just have a look at the Kin token price charts just now. Kin, Ethereum. We do Ethereum because I think it's under 1 Satoshi. We can see there it's 4 Gwei just now. It was, well, it's been much more than that. We'll have a look over the weekly one. You can see where it was, 108 Gwei. It's way down to 4 just now. It's lost a massive 95%, probably more than that. So it really is a shame. I was really rooting for Ted Livingston, and hopefully he was going to kick the SEC kind of where it hurts, but he hasn't managed to do it, unfortunately. But we could see more to the story. We don't know if that's the story over, if that's over for Kin or not. So we just don't know, to be honest, but it's a shame. But in a kind of same story, kind of headline, in drunken text, Kik CEO threatens to quit. I'm not going to jail for this, and I can understand that as well. So Kik CEO Ted Livingston appears to be close to quitting the social media messaging startup he founded in 2009, following news on Monday that the app is shutting down. So he's kind of supposedly, this is allegedly, I don't know if this is true or not, he supposedly sent a drunken text to Will, one of his kind of friends, Will, but he sent it to the wrong Will, and it was sent to reporter Will, which is very convenient. I don't know if this is true or not. And he's put, will I know, Will, I know I've been drinking, but this ain't the drink talking. I'm fed up with this shit, he wrote. We'll talk more in the morning about replacement, but I quit. He said, I had my ticket, I'm not going to jail for this. And I can understand 2 years of fighting the SEC with all the kind of millions of dollars that it's had to pay out as well. You just go up, bugger this. And you would feel like that, but then hopefully something inside you would kind of rise up and just say, right, I'm just going to keep on fighting it. But there's almost so much fighting you can do, especially with a big organisation like the SEC. So that's a kind of news story as well. Whether that's true or not, I just don't know. It sounds very convenient, to be honest. But we'll see. We'll see if it does turn out to be true or not. Bakkt. We spoke about Bakkt yesterday, kind of opening. Bakkt, where is it today actually? The volume today is about 3 Bitcoin worth. So the volume yesterday was 71 Bitcoin futures. So Intercontinental's exchange Bakkt platform has traded 71 Bitcoin futures contract in the first 24 hours following its launch on September the 22nd. According to IC historical data on Bakkt's Bitcoin USD futures contract trading, the platform has traded 71 BTC at press time, with the last recorded trading price settling at 9,875. So it's not that much at all. You're talking about $700,000 worth, around about that price. However, we've got to remember as well, when we're looking at this, we've got to remember that the Bakkt futures is not going to be settled in cash. It's going to be settled in Bitcoin. So we have to remember that as well. So to me, that's not that bad. It's not that bad. I know it's $710,000 or $700,000 or just under that, whatever it is. It's not that bad, I would say, because obviously if you're a big company, or if you're heading up a bit, your manager in one of the big companies, and you want to kind of trade kind of Bitcoin, you know it's going to come back in Bitcoin. It's not going to come back in cash. So it's going to be extremely difficult to get that through the regulations of the company, not the regulators of kind of Bitcoin or anything like that, but the regulations of the actual company itself. Howdoo is set up for custodial custody of kind of Bitcoin when they get it back, once a future contract ends. So what happens then is we have to kind of think about that. So there's going to be a lot of compliance issues within companies to actually buy these Bitcoin futures. So we have to think about that as well. So to me, this is not really a bad thing. And it's something that a lot of people are missing, I think, that is going to be settled in Bitcoin. So if they make a shit ton of money and just say they can buy Bitcoin at $10,000, and when the contract ends, it ends up being at $20,000, they're going to get the Bitcoin back. And then they would have to sell it through an OTC exchange, or they would have to sell it. They could still sell it back as well, I suppose. But we'll have to remember that it's going to be settled in Bitcoin, not cash as well. So to me, this is not a bad thing. I just hope they don't kind of shut up shop with this. I think it's going to be slow for the people getting in as well, the institutional investors getting in. So it's going to take a bit of time for this to take off, I think. So it'd be nice to see this kind of moving up as the kind of days, weeks and months go ahead, just to show us that there is institutional kind of interest there. And I think there is, and it's going on in the background already. But essentially what institutions can do just now is just buy OTC. They could do that just now, buy OTC instead of going through somewhere like Bakkt. But it's going to be an interesting story to watch over the kind of coming days, weeks and months. Bitcoin is insanely bullish with a lot of room to grow. Here's why. So this is kind of a news story as well from beingcrypto.com. So James Todero, 5 insanely bullish charts for Bitcoin. 1, Bitcoin looks nothing like the Tulip Mania or South Sea crypto bubbles. We talked about kind of manias as well, and the bubbles as well. Talking about liquidity and stuff like that as well. So I'd have a look at this. I'm going to post a link down to this after. What a record somebody was talking about yesterday as well. Don't know if that's this bit. No, we'll leave that just now. Record-breaking ROI. Naturally, such huge percentage gains over the years, the return on investment of Bitcoin as an asset has absolutely dwarfed investments in any of the hottest tech stocks. In fact, even rapidly growing firms like Netflix, Amazon, Nvidia haven't been able to outperform the cryptocurrency. So number two, if you dollar cost average into Bitcoin weekly, every year would result in positive returns at today's prices, including 2018, 2019. So we're just going to have a look at this as well very quickly. I'm going to come up. Present value of $1,000 dollar cost average investment in Bitcoin by year. So in 2010, if you put in $1,000 at the beginning, you would have had 73,000 in 2011. That right? That can't be right. 73 million. Present value of $1,000 DC investment in Bitcoin by year. So it would have been 73 million, 1.9 million in 2011, 1.2 million in 2012, 53,000 in 2013, 19,000 in 2014, 38,000 in 2015, 18,000 in 2016, 2,600 in 2017, 1,300 in 2018, 1,400 in 2019. So that's a lot of money. And we're talking about this yesterday, if Bitcoin was going up 50% per year, and it has done. You can see it's gone up way more than 50% per year over the last 10 years, over the last 9 years, way more than that. So we have to think about it from that point of view. I was talking about that yesterday as well. I think it was David that was talking about that that's just not going to be possible. But if we look at this as way more than possible, what could happen, especially if Bitcoin goes down just now and you're just getting into it, but Bitcoin from the start of the year is already up 200%, if we kind of look at it that way. And James Tedero has gone on to say, number three, Bitcoin dominates the best performing tech stocks in returns over the past decade, even when giving tech companies a 4-year head start. Berkshire Hathaway added for fun. So if we look at this as well, this is quite cool. I'll just have a look at this. So this is percentage ROI of stocks versus Bitcoin in 2009 to 2019, 2013, 2019 block time capital. So this is percentage ROI, 26,000 percentage ROI on that, which kind of beats any stock hands down. Number four, on the scale of global currency, Bitcoin is still small, just passing the Colombian peso and New Zealand dollar market cap, and is still far from the market cap of gold. There's tremendous room for Bitcoin to grow into a global store of value. And I think ultimately that's what's going to happen. Bitcoin is going to turn into a store of value. It's not going to be a currency as was first intended by Satoshi Nakamoto, but I feel it's going to be a store of value. And I don't see that there's anything wrong with that either. But I still feel that we're still going to have it as a currency as well, but more so as a store of value. And James Tedero, number five, returns over 10,000% were previously only available to accredited investors and VCs in the form of private equity deals. Bitcoin levels the playing field, allowing anyone to invest in the opportunity for tremendous gains. And that's happened already, to be honest. So this is DCA, $20 every week, and you're saying you would have made $1,300 by doing that in 2018. I think it would have been more than that, to be honest. Right, just jump back to chat, see if you've got any thoughts. I follow law on the law one. Sadly, this is too true for questionable crypto capital raises fighting the SEC. I thought Ken would do it, to be honest, David. I did really think Ken would do it, and I was hoping Ted Livingston and his team could do it, to be honest. And it's not about breaking the law or anything like that. It's just a point. I don't know how to kind of... They're saying it's a securities. I know they raised $100 million, but it's a point of law. It's a point of law, and I just think the SEC are going to kill crypto for America. For America, I think if they continue going down this route, SEC are going to kill the kind of American crypto dream. To be honest, it's not going to kill it for anybody else, because you're still going to have all the countries in Europe, you're still going to have all the countries, South America, all the Asian countries as well, and it's going to be China, it's going to be Japan, it's going to be those countries that take over in the crypto world, which is ultimately going to dominate the kind of world currency markets as well. So they have to be really careful here. They have to be extremely careful, America. And the SEC doing this as well, I just don't think it does them any favours at all. Bakkt will be fine. BTC futures are just getting started. Compliance offices aren't ready yet, and no one wants to be the first disaster case. If one should occur, could be job killer. Yes, exactly. And I think that's why there's a little trepidation here as well. Imagine you're one of the big companies, big finance companies. You're going to be tentative. You're going to be looking. You're going to say, okay, I'm going to wait on the sidelines, see what happens with Bakkt just now, and then I might dip my toe in later on once, because they're not going to have the compliance issues, and compliance officers and kind of the managing directors way at the top are going to say, what are you talking about, buying kind of cryptocurrency, and we'll have to get the Bitcoin back instead of cash. What's the point of doing that? So there's going to be a lot of compliance issues within companies to do that. So it is going to take time. So don't see this as a bad thing that Bakkt has not done that much. Shakespeare 2010, sorry if this was mentioned earlier. Matic has been added to Binance margin trading. Excellent, didn't know it was added to the margin trading. So thanks for sharing that, Shakespeare. Pete Vanden Wright, hi all. Anyone believe Harmony, Matic and the other IOs will be coming back in a big way? Yes, I do. I still think they're going to lead the altcoin charge, if there is going to be an altcoin charge. Just now, the altcoins are going down with Bitcoin at the moment, but a lot of them are coming up. Still opportunities out. Sellers coming up again. Yeah, it's going up even higher. What we've just mentioned. ERD, it's not really moving. Still at 20 just now. Matic is 132. So I think we're going to see a short-term rise for the IEOs, the Binance IEOs that were coming out as well. There's going to be a short-term rise. And something I've been thinking as well over the last kind of couple of days with these massive rises. We've seen some massive rises. RCN, obviously, that's probably TKT Wallet. So I'm not going to mention that actually. I'll just leave that. Yeah, I'll just leave that for the moment. That's a talk for another time, I think. VR, Data Dash, great video on trading. Passive trading outperforms active trading. Holding much better strategy in the long run. I'll check that out, VR. Check that out. I still think there's a lot, but it just depends on how you trade. How active is active. It could be on a weekly basis, it could be on a daily basis, it could be on a minute by minute basis. David D, BTC example is hindsight stats based on asset deemed worthless. The big gains of BTC are in the past. 50 to 100% APY for 10 consecutive years are unlikely. Have to find BTC every year without missteps. Yeah, I still think it's entirely possible. If you think where Bitcoin, think about where you think Bitcoin is going to end up, the price of Bitcoin, and then work back the way, do kind of reverse engineering, work back the way, and then say, okay, on average, this is what it's going to be year on year. David Schwartz, hello, so much for Bakkt being a Bitcoin trigger. I guess the market will go down first before taking off. Yeah, it looks like that way, to be honest. So take a look at Bitcoin. Where it's headed just now. We said, we're going to daily actually. This is on a 4 hourly. 4 hourly, cross down over at 10,295. On a daily, cross down around about 10,322. It doesn't show any signs really of coming up at the moment. Now, we have 9,400 would be kind of support area. If it breaks 9,400, it looks like we're going down to 9,000, then 8,800 from there. So the only thing is hit the 9,400 a couple of times, more than a couple of times. And usually what happens, if the kind of price hits this level again, it might just this time break through it. It's more than likely, it's probably that it's going to break through down below the 9,400 level, because it's hit it here back in July 3 or 4 times, back in kind of the end of July and the beginning of August, then the end of August, beginning of September, it's hit it again, and it looks like we're going to hit 9,400 again. If it does kind of go down to that level, we could see 9,000, then 8,800 again for Bitcoin, which we've not done since June, actually. Here's the levels from there. If we do go down below that level, we're kind of looking at 7,600 would be another level. And from there, we're kind of free falling actually. 6,000 would be a psychological level, obviously. Not a true support area, but it would be a psychological level. Let's hit that. I just wanted to show you this. Right, so we've got levels here at 5,000. I've got level here at 7,900, round about the 8,000 level. I've kind of put that there, 7,600. Got level here, 10,000, we've broken that. So 6,000 is not a level, it's just a psychological barrier, the 6,000. If we go down below 6,000, we're down to 5,200, and this is the volume as well. So in short term, it doesn't look good for Bitcoin, but again, for me, it's just another opportunity. I'm waiting to put this in my pension fund, so I'm just going to wait just now. I still need to wait anyway before the pension funds are released. So for the pension funds, if this goes down to 6,000, that would be amazing for me. I don't think it will go down to that price. 8,800 would be the lowest I can see it going down to. But if it does break that, we're down to 7,600. But I don't see that as a bad thing, and to be honest, for Bitcoin. It might spark an alt season. It could spark an alt season, but at the moment, it's not sparking kind of anything like that just now. Other news we were going to look at, or I was going to look at, yeah, that was it. It was just saying it's insanely bullish for the long term. We've seen that as well. More downsides incoming. Yeah, there's two sides to the argument there. I've just showed you why it might go down as well. But for long term, still extremely bullish on Bitcoin as well. Okay. I think that's it just now, unless you want me to look at any charts, unless there's any charts you want me to specifically look at. Just now, RCN still going up, 431. That's a beautiful looking chart. And we're going to the 4 hourly. It looks even better. Crossed over at 127 or 129, 250%. When was that? 15th of September. Lumina's gone up as well. MFT. Loop ring as well. Crossed over at 330. 407, it's not that much, 25%. DAG, we'll look at DAG just now. DAG, we like DAG a lot. We'll go to, in fact, we can go to Coinigy to see the DAG chart. Coinigy, let's see if it's got it up here. See if I'm still logged in. Yep, I'm logged in. So I'm now having to use the Coinigy charts as well as the TradingView. I still like TradingView better, but Coinigy, I've got all the exchanges down here that TradingView doesn't have. I would imagine they'll come up soon, but we're on KuCoin. It's got every single coin listed, and I'm going to filter that by BTC, and we'll go on DAG. Oh, that's hit BTC. I'll just go on KuCoin. So KuCoin, this is on the daily chart, crossed over at 36 Satoshi. It's now 118. It has been up to 141. Still looking good. We'll go down to low charts on the 4 hourly charts as well for DAG. DAG is just crossed down over, so it may go down slightly in the long term, in the short term, before it goes up. But DAG looking really good as well. Constellation, if you don't know what DAG is, and this is traded on KuCoin. Really like DAG and what they're doing just now as well. And I think they're only still about 12 million market capitalization, something like that. $9 million, just under 10 million market capitalization, so it's fell down a wee bit. It was up to about 11 million. What did it get up to? 11,300,000. Still extremely small. I like DAG for the long term. I think it could be a really good long term play. Thoughts on CRED LBA token? Never heard of it. Cred LBA. $8 million market capitalization. Volume is really good, 914,000. Markets, Bitum Global, Huobi Global, Bittrex, OKX, who's on all the good exchanges. Social, and this is just a very quick recce just now, 14 hours ago, so that's good. Check out co-founder Blada, read about a decision to switch to 2FA for all transactions. 2019, Cred Engine two-factor authentication for login. So they're updating the social media, well, just updating the Twitter just now. I don't know what like the Reddit is just now. So what we can do is go to CoinGecko and get more information that way. Cred LBA. This just gives us more information. So we've seen the exchanges it's on, seen the social as well. So I want to see the Reddit subscribers, 9,223, which is good. Average accounts active, 11. Twitter followers, 15,000. Facebook like 3,500. 23,000 Telegram users, that's good as well. So they're active on social media as well, which is good. Developer. Contributors, forks, merge pull request, historical data widgets, ICO. What's the ICO like? 1st May 2018, came in at 10 cents for 1 LBA. And where is it just now? It's 1.4 cents, so it's way down at the moment. So, what do they do? I'm going to have to look at the website. So mycred.io, the trusted way to earn and borrow in the token economy. So borrow, Cred lends USD, euros and other fiat currencies with your crypto assets as collateral. No need to sell your crypto, simply access a secured line of credit. Looking for a loan of $25,000 or more? Get started today by scheduling time with one of our loan officers. Cred offers the most competitive interest rates on digital assets such as BTC, blah, blah, blah. And fiat currencies. Access your earning potential. Looking to earn on $25,000 more? Schedule time to one of our capital market specialists. So I wonder what the interest rate is. That looks interesting, that. It's borrowing through a growing network of partners. Are you looking to lend or borrow? So David, I don't suppose you know what the interest rate on superior rates. Earn up to 10% on crypto, fiat and more. Up to 10%. Michael Arrington as well. He's talking about Cred. Interesting, that looks interesting. Thanks for sharing that with us, David. Can you take a look at Go, please? I think Go was one of the ones I was looking at the other day and looks really quite good, actually. So look at Go Chain, BTC, that's on the 4 hourly. So it was coming to bounce off the 50 EMA, that's what I was looking at, around about the 107, 108 level. And it's kind of gone back up since to 115. So Go could be another one that could take off. And I think on the daily, it was coming up for the crossover and it's just crossed over just now. So to me, short term, that is a buy. Go, and I think it's one of the ones that could kind of lift off. So where we're looking for Go Chain, if we're looking for kind of resistance areas, that's not really a resistant area there. Well, I suppose it would. That'd be the first hurdle, 138 would be round about there. Next hurdle, that's not the next hurdle, but that's the ultimate. The next hurdle would be 181, and then all the way up to 314. So if this does take off, it's just crossing over. It's probably got another day until it crosses over on the daily. But if it stays in the green today, i.e. 115, 116-ish, it's going to cross over for tomorrow. So that's going to be a crossover. Then the next hurdle is 138. Once it gets through the 138, then we're up to 181 until hit resistance again. If you break through 181, then you're going to double and go up to the 314. Well, it's not going to double, it's going to double from where it is just now and go up to that 314 level. So potential increase for go of 186% if it was to break the first two hurdles. So the first two hurdles are going to be relatively easy-ish for buyers, obviously, if there is buyers there. But as the kind of distance between 186 and the 314, there's going to be interesting to see what happens there. So this could shoot up, and it's coming off its bottom as well. So if we kind of look at this more closely, because this is why I was looking at this, because it was a really interesting chart there, and we're looking at the descending triangles. Usually when you get a descending triangle, what it is, it's usually a continuation pattern for the descending, and we'll just kind of pull this down a wee bit. But what I've found a lot of the time is when it breaks out of a descending triangle, that's when the kind of interesting things start to happen. And we could short term get a rise of about 222 up to 222. And we'll just see where that would take us. It'll give you, say, about 94% increase there. So GoChain looks like a good one at the moment to buy, but I would wait in a breaking out of this kind of descending triangle. So I'm waiting at breaking out maybe about 121, 121, 122. When it breaks out up there and is confirmed, i.e. a couple of candles there, even in the 4 hourly. So it kind of broke out in a 4 hourly. That was confirmed, but it came back in again. So if it breaks through that again and we break out at, say, 121-ish or something like that, then I would say that is a definite buy, and we could see a price of 222 for GoChain. So I think that's going to be a good one for the short term. B is in house. Good morning to you. Good to see you here. Stake 10k LBA on Uphold and get incremental 2% more interest. XRP interest is 9%. US insurance. Excellent. It does look good. It's only got a market cap of 8.9 million, or say 9 million. Imran Chowdhury has joined us as well. Good to see you, mate. All these influencers in the space should be ashamed of themselves and issue an apology to the viewers. For months, even a year, they've been hyping Bakkt unashamedly. Now a lot of them are backtracking. Does that include, are you including me in that? Imran Chowdhury, if you click on the influencer, any influencer, and go to videos, pull back and look at all the videos as a whole, all you see is reaction videos that have no pragmatism or actual value in terms of knowledge. David D, I'm less concerned about the Bakkt hype as always for institutional investors in BTC only. I'm only concerned about Hedera Hashgraph hype and fake XRP hype that's constant. Digibyte got any partnerships with Mesa Gaming in the esports industry? Yeah, Digibyte are doing well. Actually, they're doing really well, and they're up. I think they're up to about 10% just now. Okay, so a lot of pissed off people out there. So I think it's just a sign of the times just now with the crypto market. Just now, it's a sign of the times. There's a lot of pissed off people out there. There's a lot of people lost money as well. So it's a case of what you're looking to do now. If you've kind of lost a lot of money in crypto, what you're looking to do now, are you going to stay in crypto? You're just going to leave altogether? Or are you just going to do the passive income and just kind of invest in Bitcoin, dollar cost averaging, just walk away from the crypto markets? Because it was really exciting. And even for me just now, looking for news stories and trying to be kind of positive about crypto, it's still difficult sometimes, really difficult, but there's always something to be positive about. And the kind of crypto markets, I feel there's always something to be kind of positive about. And it's the future. That's what we're being positive about. We're being positive about the future. What if I was to advise anybody coming into the crypto markets just now? I would genuinely, and I still talk about kind of alts, coming into alts and trading alts. I still think is a good way to get more Bitcoin. But ultimately, we're looking to get more Bitcoin, or we're looking for the hidden gems. It could be the next kind of big altcoin. So we're talking about the next big Ethereum, the next big XRP, the next big kind of Stellar Lumens, next big Cardano. That's what we're looking for the hidden gems for. Altcoin trading, I still think there's a way to do that as well. So there's lots of different ways to make money in crypto. and I still think all of them have some validity, but ultimately we're looking to accumulate more Bitcoin as well. So if somebody new was coming in and they didn't really want to trade or anything like that, they just say I have no time for trading, passive income is brilliant. Dollar cost averaging, stick $100 in a month into Bitcoin for the next 5 years, and I think you'll be sitting pretty in 5 years' time. That's what I would advise anybody to do, just dollar cost averaging. It doesn't matter the price, and just do that. Keep on buying Bitcoin and just accumulating Bitcoin. So obviously that's what I'm doing as well. There's lots of different strategies I'm doing as well. So I've got 1.17, 1.2 Bitcoin that I've just dollar cost averaging as well. And I'll just keep on doing that up for the next 5-10 years or something. Unless it gets to $200,000, then I'm going to sell it all and I'll see what happens from there. But yeah, I would definitely look at doing that. But I can understand a lot of people are peed off and a lot of people are walking away from crypto. Even the YouTubers are walking away from crypto as well because they're not producing as many videos as well. So they find it tough as well. I think a compilation of people's previous comments overlaid with the current reality would be good to see. It would be. I wouldn't say you, Steve. That's why I still listen to you. You're honest about your opinion and give disclaimers in a straight up which I respect. Most of the others are not helping educated. You actually go out of your way to explain and educate as well as discuss opportunities, but always give people a longer term view. The others are literally day-to-day reactions. Yeah, I've seen Imran, I've seen a couple of videos. I think I'm not going to mention the name, but it's always it's these kind of clickbait type headlines. And I've tried that myself, I'm going to be honest. I've tried clickbait type headlines to bring the channel up, but it's not me, it's not who I am. But I've seen these clickbait type headlines, but it's every day with a new clickbait type headline. And it's one or two in particular that really do it with these clickbait type headlines. And just go, there has to come a point where you actually develop, where you educate yourself and you would stop doing those clickbait headlines if you have any integrity as well. But I have to say, I've kind of hyped up lots of coins in the past. I have to put my hands up because I genuinely believed. I hyped up Neo way back in the beginning because I thought this is going to go to $1,000. Neo is going to go to $1,000, and I thought it truly is. And that's when I first started kind of with the YouTube channel, and I genuinely thought it was going to go to $1,000. Then kind of the arse fell out of crypto kind of market altogether. So I'm guilty of it as well. I put my hands up to that 100%. Crypto till I die, I'll just dollar cost averaging every week when I can grow my bags. That's what I'm doing, and kind of looking at the pensions as well and putting it into crypto. As I said yesterday, we have to risk something in order to gain a lot. If we're not willing to, because a lot of people, I got a couple of messages and just saying about the pension and saying it's risky to do that. It is risky. But if I don't risk something, I'm not going to gain a lot. I could play it safe and just retire when I'm 67. When I'm 67, I think I'll still be fighting fit as well, to be honest. But I don't want to wait till I'm 67 to start living, if you know what I mean. I live a brilliant life just now, so I'm living already. But you know what I mean. I want to retire at 55 and have the option of kind of going away for 6 months of the year and not having to worry about money and stuff like that. That's why I'm risking a little to gain a lot, possibly a lot. Imran, I respect you a lot, Steve. Oh, thanks very much, mate. I appreciate that. David D, I've been advocating for truth and transparency in the space. Still great. Opted to make way. Opportunity to make way above average returns. Many XRP YouTubers are pure hype. I like seeing cryptocurrency. I like cryptocurrency news as well. Thanks for that, David. I appreciate that. That's what I mean about you, Steve. You're upfront and honest about what you may have done. The others don't unashamedly keep shilling without seeing the viewers who are being burnt. Oh yeah, I was one of the biggest regrets, and it kind of nearly stopped me from kind of doing a YouTube channel and discontinuing the YouTube channel altogether, was Bakkt, sorry. And when that kind of went down, I know it's still kind of open and out there just now, but when that went down big time, I really felt bad for kind of all the viewers that had said, get into Bab, it's going to be brilliant. That's when I thought, right, this is time to give up the YouTube channel, because I realised the impact I had on others as well. But everybody's got their own opinions, and everybody's got the opportunity, or they can choose not to buy, or they can choose to buy based on my advice. At the time, my advice I thought was sound advice, and I'd spoken to the team. You've seen the video, I put out a video as well that I'd recorded on Skype when I was talking to Paul, Adam as well, and they said they were going to get the license hopefully by December 2018, because I said I was worried about the investments for my own investment as well as other people's investments, and they said they think they're going to get the banking license by December 2018. So I stayed in there, as did a lot of other people. That's my only regret, my only big regret. Other things I can put my hands up and say, well, I got it wrong. BAB, I got it totally wrong as well. It still pisses me off, but not just for myself because I lost over $100,000, so potentially, but for the people watching and people that jumped into BAB on the back of my channel as well. At the end of the day, people should do their, it's true, people should do their own research, but the kind of YouTube channels that we have, or kind of YouTube channels that I look at, I want a shortcut to research as well. So I want them to say, okay, this is a good one, this is why I think it's a good one, this is the research I've done, and then I choose to research it myself. That's what I always do. I've always done that. It's just the way I am. But some people aren't like that. They don't have the time to research. I love research. I love doing the research, and I could spend hours and lose myself in research and just going down the kind of deep rabbit holes. But a lot of people just don't have the time. So this is why YouTube is kind of important to a lot of people, except on a lot of people have been burnt because of that as well. I personally think anyone still here in this space will do well. I've been here since 2016. I always took a more pragmatic, low risk views. You can't bet the kitchen sink on stuff that's still building. This is true. I agree, should do more their own research, but words matter. Many people wrecked following cartoon bears and people with no finances, economics or accounting experience, acting like they're knowledgeable. True as well. I'd agree with that as well. And going forward, I think the mature market will make people focus on professional investing ideas rather than the quick get-rich ideas. Those have died. Those have definitely died. That's what I was talking about over the last couple of weeks with the ICOs of the late 2017 and 2018. That wasn't a mature market. That was an immature market, and this is why the prices were hyped, and this is why the market's come crashing down because of those ICOs. As well, because of the companies, they were trying to rip people off. They're trying to make as much money as possible. We fell for it because we've seen the kind of dollar signs in front of our eyes. Totally 100% fell for it. A lot of people made a lot of money and they got out at the top, but a lot of people lost a lot of money and they didn't get out at the top. They just kept on holding, which was not a good thing at all, myself included. PundyX, we'll just make this the last one. I've gone over time. Barbara McDonald, hello, what do you think of PundyX? I like PundyX, don't understand why it's so low at the moment just now, but I do like it. But I just wouldn't invest in it just now because it keeps on going down and down and down in price, and I just don't understand why. Because the fundamentals look to be there, and I keep thinking I'm missing something, but I just cannot see what I'm missing. Same with Dent as well. So that's what I think of PundyX. So I don't really know why it's the low price. And I don't even know if I would say to anybody get in just now because it's such a low price, because I've said that before. When I was at 5 Satoshi or was at 10 Satoshi, I thought it's a low price just now, get in, but I just don't understand why it's gone down. I was going to ask you the other stream, what would you say since you've been in this space? Have you improved, gone back, or remained the same? I was going to ask you on the other stream, what would you say since you've been in this space? Have you improved, gone back, or remained the same? What would do now differently? I don't know if that's what you're asking. What would do now differently? Would be I would probably dollar cost average more, or I would have bought, if I was to start all over again, I would have been kind of buying and storing Bitcoin more. I was focusing on the alts. I was really kind of 100% alts because I've seen that's where the opportunity lay in the altcoin market. Obviously, that's why I got into the ICOs and stuff like that as well, because I've seen the altcoin market as being up and coming, and it was going to be the huge kind of backbone of the crypto. And now I view that differently. I see it's still Bitcoin as being the backbone. It is going to be the backbone. It's going to be the spine of kind of the cryptocurrency world. And I'll definitely invest much more into Bitcoin and just keep a hold of it, not touch it, dollar cost average in, and just buy and take profits. I didn't take profits when I was up to $500,000. Didn't take the profits, and I kind of lost out big time. Potentially lost. Because remember, I started in June 2017. And that's when I started in crypto. And I had $20,000. I put in $20,000. I'd taken out about $40,000 or $50,000 of that and still left just now with about $20,000. So I've gained about 250% and since 2017, which is freaking amazing. But I did push it up to 500,000. I could have gained so much more. It could have been up, I don't know, about 1,000% or something more than that. What would it have been? It would have been about 2,500% I would have been up. But I chose to hold, but I've still not lost. But a lot of people have lost, that's the thing. Bernard Ronald is in the house. David D, this market is still based on rumours and news stories until we see regulatory clarity and custody. Big institutional investors will stay out. For now, there is money to be made by staying in front of the news and narratives. Yes, exactly. Exactly. There's still money opportunities out there to be made, but invest more in kind of Bitcoin as well. Dollar cost averaging, kind of definitely on Bitcoin. I still think that's going to be the big one. If Bitcoin falls, the whole market's going to fall. Okay, that is it. Another one I've went over again. I do apologise, but hopefully it's been a good chat, I think, today. Thank you very much for joining me. Really appreciate your time this morning. I know you could be doing other things, and I know I'm kind of a wee bit long, an hour, but I do appreciate your time and your comments and all your feedback as well. So until next time, which is tomorrow, I will see you then. Until then, namaste. Take care. Bye now.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them. Because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.